Okay, wow. It's quite awkward, right?
Yeah.
Well, welcome everyone to this beautiful summer evening on Wednesday, August 6th. And we all welcome you, both Kristen and I, Robin, to this Good Place podcast recording. I'd say that for the first time with an audience. What do you think about it?
I'm stoked. I mean, thank you for being here. We sent out this invitation kind of late, and also it was in a bit of an obscure way. I think many of you probably saw the event and didn't know what it was fully about. So thanks for joining us tonight and seeing how the night plays on.
Wow, promising. Um, yeah, I think it's fair to say to give a bit of background story on how this all started. So Chris and I, we met in our times. I think you were at Zoku, Hotel Zoku, and I was hosting events at Zoku, some familiar faces. And we hosted city events where we had speakers, initiatives within the city to share a bit more about what they're up to and what their mission is and their purpose. And for us, it was always a thing, okay, this is the way that citizens alike be more aware of where they live and hopefully feel a bit more responsible about the place they live in. Then COVID happened, things just got a bit different. I moved to The Hague, I left Amsterdam after 15 years, and I thought, hey, I want to somehow meet new people. I want to know why people live where they live. I got my reasons to live in The Hague, but what about my neighbor? So that's why I envisioned this idea of good place, like the physical sense, like why is a city, particular city, a good place, but also where are you at in life? Are you in a good place? So there's like dual meaning to it. It's more than just place. It's also about life. So I started my neighbor Tyron, if you're watching, for episode 1, and we took it off. And yeah, that was 2 years ago when I started talking to Tyron. And it's a podcast with, I think 55 plus interviews with different people from different cities and different backgrounds, but all on a public bench. And I think that's been like the concept ever since, to host these conversations on a public bench, in the rain, in the cold, -10, +10, +30, doesn't matter. And I also started interviewing Kristen during the podcast about your work within placemaking as a placemaker. And then we came up with the idea. Maybe something you want to talk more about.
Sure. Well, we thought we would try extending the idea of having a conversation with your direct neighbor on a bench in a public space by creating our own bench. So we're sitting on our prototype model. Still has we're still working on it, but we wanted to basically use the bench as a medium to bring people together, activate spaces, and so that's what we've been doing at various events across Europe. And so far, it's been really nice. I think we've connected with so many different people, heard a lot of amazing stories, and yeah, for me personally, it's been really nice to also do this with you, Robin, and discover our good places together. And yeah, we just had a lot of really great conversations on the bench. So
Nice.
it's nice.
2 more to come, right? What we also realized within the podcast and within these events and conferences that what makes a good place are people. And, a sense of belonging is being shaped by people. And I think deciding to, for the first time, host an event like this, it's a bit like the city event we used to, a bit more intimate and more conversational instead of one-way communication, is that we want to bring citizens together to, get in touch with each other. So see this also as a briefing for after, to connect with each other and talk. And we're on this mission to create a network of benches so we can host more conversations and provide a listening ear to our fellow citizens. And hope today we're going to plant that little seed in your heads as well. So next time you're on the bench, let's talk to a stranger. Say hi. Hi. you know, you never know where it will lead you to. Hopefully, not a knife in the back of my back. But if we look at it more from a positive point of view, it can lead to very interesting encounters. For today, we've invited 3 speakers, 3 benchies, as we call them. We have Lily as a photographer telling us more about analog photography. She already has been on the podcast before. We could talk for hours, so it's going to be our personal challenge to keep it to 15 minutes. And then we have Dean, musician and founder of platform Amsterdam Music Project. He will share a lot of insights about the music scene and working with all these talented artists in Amsterdam. And then we have fellow running enthusiast here, Sophie. She launched a pretty much successful run club here in Amsterdam. And we want to know everything about it. The trend, how to build a community, how to keep it alive, and why you all should go start running. So this is recorded. So if you fall asleep halfway through, it's okay. We'll send you the link so you can rewatch it. I think we're gonna kick it off with Lily, right?
Yeah, let's.
So give it up for Lily and let's take it away. Thanks, Kristen. Do you have a favorite side?
This is a great
Okay,
song,
good.
yeah. And a great new bench. So, hey, Robin.
Hi.
Hey, everyone. This is so funny. Do I take this or I just talk to it?
You can take it.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm Lily. This is really kind of bizarre, but in a really adorable way. It feels so wholesome.
Yeah. It feels a bit like I'm so used to do it just one-on-one with
Yeah.
just enjoying the view, and then there are all these faces looking at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do put it this way.
Is this how Oprah feels?
How are you today, Lily?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It's a beautiful day in Amsterdam, so I'm glad to be here and with all of you. So
Nice. For anyone who doesn't know you, could you just introduce yourself and just give us a bit more about Lily?
Okay, well, hey, I'm Lily. You can probably tell I'm American, but I've actually been in Amsterdam since 2009, which is insane to say out loud. And I've known Robin here and there through a lot of different creative communities for a long time. I think I photographed you once for I Amsterdam magazine.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I think that's
without any grace.
I think that's how we originally kicked things off. So, but yeah, I'm a photographer and writer here in Amsterdam. I write a lot about travel and lifestyle. Also a little dabble in advertising as well. But my passion that we're going to talk about today is analog photography. So I'm not sure what Robin wants to know, but I'm happy to share more. And happy to answer questions that you have. Or I'm just a chatty gal, I guess. So.
Yeah. When it comes to question as well, I mean, we don't have that much time after, but we always save one question after each talk.
Cool.
And of course, we end, and then there's enough, time to ask you any questions. So I re-invited you to the bench, which is the first one re-invited to the bench.
Really? Wow.
Also because we said during the episode, we talked a lot about your life, about making friends, about tons of challenges that you faced. And the constant search of, trying to find your way within the path of finding a good place. But it seems within a few years, you really found your love for photography, probably more than ever before. Could you tell us a bit more about that? How did that come to life?
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to know more about my personal life, listen to the first episode
Link below.
because that was
Below.
that was a long convo. I mean, yeah, it's been like 15 years, so I lived a lot of chapters in that time. But yeah, I'm sure there's some other fellow creatives and freelancers in the audience or listening today. And I think sometimes it's like when your passion or hobby becomes like the commodity that also supports your life, you develop a kind of different relationship with that process. And so working as a writer and photographer, my personal creativity has definitely been affected by that because it becomes about a brand or about a client and telling other people's stories. So I feel like there's been times where I've sort of stepped away from my own work as a writer or my own work as a photographer. And it's no surprise, like in the pandemic, a lot of us lost a lot of work and had time for personal projects. And I was like, yeah, I really want to just get back into photography. I had kind of stepped away from it because I felt like, I kind of lost my purpose and felt that I just needed to take some time away from that and develop in other ways. So I started doing more analog photography, just kind of doing it for myself and doing it for fun. And that was like a really beautiful experience that came out of a terrible time. And then, in that time after the pandemic, I had this really cool old camera from my grandfather. It's called a Rolleiflex. I don't know if anybody here is into film photography, but it's a really cool camera. It's like I won't get nerdy.
Is that what
about it.
Vivian Meyer had?
Yes.
All right.
Great point. Love that. It's the same camera Vivian Meyer had, so check out that movie. It was like a camera that was in my family and sort of like an heirloom. It had a cool story and I always wanted to shoot it. So I just brought it back to Amsterdam and I was like, I'm going to just set a challenge that every month I'm going to shoot a different project on like a different theme on this camera and just like really master how to use this tool. And by sort of setting this creative project that was totally for myself, I was the boss of it. I was the client, I guess, in a way. It gave me time. It gave me like a creative boundary and a time to just really dedicate and kind of re-spark my love for the craft. And it's just so funny how things like kind of fall together at the right time. Because in doing that, I was like, I think I'll follow Robin's footsteps and make a YouTube channel. So in that time, I just realized like, whoa, looking on YouTube, it's such a great resource, but I wasn't really finding what I was looking for or the stuff that I really wanted to see. I mean, there's some incredible photography channels out there. But I was like, I think I could maybe add something to this space. Maybe I'll give it a try. And as that project continued through the year, it really forced me to keep sharing more. And so, I started a channel and now it's just like turned into this whole other thing of my life that is still, I think I kind of want to protect it still as a bit of a hobby, but I am still sometimes working with clients, but I do really keep a lot of my analog work just as myself. And then I connected with some other photographers here who were opening a darkroom. So not that kind, a photography darkroom. So now I teach.
Different talk.
Yeah, another topic. But
Different
but now I help to host some of the workshops there. So we teach you how to develop your film, how to print your photos. And we're just like a analog hub. It's called Doka 107. And quick plug, we're in the Vrijpaleis in the city center. So come hang out with us there.
For everyone who likes to, who's in analog photography, film, and likes to develop film, they can join in.
Yeah, we do workshops once a month.
Okay. And what about that? You also started a photo walk group.
Okay, I did. Wow. How did I? Yeah, so I guess this ties in more to what the topic is today of community. Amsterdam has a huge creative community. And, as I was sort of dabbling in different groups and getting to know different people, I realized like I really was always chatting with more, like there'd be like 2 or 3 women at a photo walk or at like a event. And I'd always kind of gravitate to chatting with them. We'll keep it positive. We won't talk about mansplaining and that whole vibe. But it just sort of like started naturally that other women were like, oh yeah, I want to hang out with other cool chicks that shoot film, or oh, I want to learn from you. And I was like, yeah, come with us. So we just started meeting up, and then other people were inviting more people. And now all of a sudden we had like this group of 25 women and non-binary friends who love to shoot film at all different stages in their craft. And I organize like monthly photo walks for us, and it's been like about a year of that, and I'm just still shocked. Now we're getting messages from people like, oh, are you going to do one in London and here and there? And I'm like, like, how do you get sponsors for these things? So
we're still figuring that out. So just let me know if you found a way. But I think, you know, what the beauty of it is that it starts, and that's I think also the danger is that you can come up with a lot of like spin-offs from what that core is, and then it gets too big, and then you lose the why you did it in the first place, right? How could you define, or looking at of course, the beautiful side of things, but it's not the YouTube channel. It's what you share in the YouTube channel that resonates with other people, which is your passion, which is seeing the beauty of a city like Amsterdam, right? I mean,
Totally.
tell us a bit more about how Amsterdam plays a role in your photography and well, walking around or filming for a YouTube channel or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think it seems like your main character.
Yeah, Amsterdam. I mean, I've been here for so long. I kind of feel like I grew up with Amsterdam. Like the city has changed so much in the last 15 years. And of course, so have I. And indeed, like I just am someone, again, like I mentioned, my personal creative process, I really kind of like to work alone and just like to walk and observe and be in nature. So if you like those things, you'll enjoy my channel. But indeed, starting the community was sort of, in a way, like opposite to my natural kind of vibe because I liked that as a sort of a personal creative thing. And now it's great because we meet up once a month. So it's not like overwhelming. And yeah, it's a really reciprocal kind of group. So it's just a really good laid back vibe. People want to learn from each other and share and like nerd out about cameras or film or topics that they like to take photos of. And we meet up in different areas of Amsterdam. I just think, I mean, yeah, if I didn't love Amsterdam, I would not have given up so much to be here for so long. I just love, I feel like I can just find so much entertainment in walking around and observing people. That's probably also a bit your nature too. We're just like curious people. And I just find like endless entertainment throughout the city. And whenever I'm feeling like kind of, you know, that feeling you're like inside too long or you're stressed, you're feeling like itchy in yourself, I just go out with my camera and go for a walk. And then I'm noticing the most random, awesome, weird stuff. And whenever I start to get frustrated with Amsterdam, I do that again, go for a walk. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess she's pretty cool. Like, I like this gal. So.
What is the one thing that has been the most remarkable in Amsterdam, or something recent or that has surprised you?
Wow.
That wasn't
That's like a loaded, this like philosophical. I think the most remarkable thing about Amsterdam, aside from just watching the city change so much, is that I'm constantly finding new people and I'm constantly creating new connections. It's sort of like a shedding of skin, like on a snake or something, you know, like you outgrow certain situations or communities and then you shift into a new one. And I feel like Amsterdam just kind of has like this endless, I don't know, endless, like, it's like a little board game and I just keep hopping from place to place or something. I think I could come up with a better analogy, but not on the spot.
Okay. Or is there a particular narrative you want to share about Amsterdam in your work?
I think in my work, my personal work, I'm just really connected to finding nature throughout the city and in like unexpected places. Like I have a series where, you know, nature always finds its way and it's like growing through little cracks or growing through a brick in a wall or taking over a building. For me personally, I find that really inspiring. And it's just like sort of represents a resilience of Earth, but also of us as people. So that's something.
So people might be more aware of nature through your work in Amsterdam.
I hope so. Or just like appreciate it more.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
good. Um, time flies when you're having fun. I know this is out of the ordinary that we only have 15 minutes. Maybe have to do a part 2 again. This is part 2. Maybe you have to do a part 3. Of course, the final question is, you know, what is a good place to you, and yeah, how would you define what makes a good place?
Okay. A good place to me is anywhere where you can be yourself and connect with other people that see you for who you are. And Amsterdam has been a good place for me in that sense. And I hope it is for many of you here as well.
Thank you, Lily, for your time. Appreciate it a lot.
Thanks for having me.
It's a bit mean because she gets questions. Might others be prepared already? Speaker 2 and 3. So thanks for kicking this off.
No problem.
Everyone, this is round 1 of tonight's Park session. Thanks again, and wave to the camera. We'll see you back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
There we go.
All right.
We got our footing.
Yeah,
Got warmed up. Thanks, Lily, for that introduction. Got things going here. And I'm excited to kick things off again, sitting on the bench with Dean Medina, fresh off the airplane.
Yes.
Hey, well, we met also many moons ago, back in the Zoku days, which shout out to the Zoku crew over here. And it was a connection through music because you were hosting already music events there. So for those of you who don't know Dean, maybe you can share more about yourself and
Absolutely.
get things rolling.
Well, thank you, Kristen. So actually, I got connected to Zoku through Robin. So it's all really connected, and that was actually kind of the beginning of my music journey in Amsterdam. So thank you, Robin, for that. By the way, big shout out to you. It really started everything off because I came there to perform one day for one of these. I forget what the event name was, but it was such a beautiful location, such a beautiful vibe. The community was incredible, and I was so inspired by the location, the people, the space. And I decided to create a project, Amsterdam Music Project, which really brought music to unique locations with musicians of all different levels, walks of life, and really the most important thing was to bring community through music. So really to connect everybody. It didn't matter where you're from, who you are, what level musician you are. If you're not a musician, this was kind of the general idea, and we wanted to bring music to. It could be a shoe store, a laundromat, it could be a rooftop, it could be a boat, a houseboat. Didn't really matter where, somebody's living room. But the key element of it was to really just bring people together and really intimate events, concerts. So we could really connect and talk, and everybody's there's no. I don't like to have stages at my events. I really musicians would just be kind of like this, not on a platform. And we could all look each other in the eye, and really connect in that way. So that started. It must have been 9 years ago, something like this. And since then, I mean, it's gone through a lot of different iterations, but the essence is still the same.
Have you ever thought about a bench music session? Just gonna plug it in there when we have the chance.
Yeah. So actually, years ago there was a project called Bankjes Collective. I don't know if you heard about it. Yeah. So we would perform for people all over the city. They would have these benches, and they would do different things like offer haircuts or offer food to people, dance lessons, music, whatever. And we rented a giant bakfiets. For those of you, everybody know what a bakfiets is, yeah? So this cargo bike thing, but like a really huge one. So we could fit 3 musicians on it. So we had like a drummer, we had a violin player, we had a guitarist, and myself biking this really heavy thing all throughout the city. This was I think also like something like 7 years ago. So I have experience with benches, is my point, and music and benches. But this is the first time doing a podcast on a bench.
Thank you. And hey, I'm curious because in your introduction you shared a bit about the inspiration behind Amsterdam Music Project and your vision. And I was curious if it also came from a need, if you found that there was a need for more community around music or to bring different artists, international artists together. Can you share a bit more about the why and maybe like the core of it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things. First of all, I struggled to find really quality events like this in Amsterdam. So really where you could have this kind of intimate connection. There were, I mean, yeah, the why, it kind of evolved really organically, very naturally. And I think was it I think Robin may have even connected me to also Airbnb. Did you connect me to Airbnb? Yeah. So there were these experiences, Airbnb experiences. I don't know if you've heard of these things, and that also really. So actually, I owe you pretty much everything, Robin. By the way, there's Robin. Yeah. Wow, it's actually, to reflect on it, it's pretty amazing because that launched another event. We had an event called Beats on a Boat. I'm going a little bit off of it now, but where we would that's all it was. It was beats on a boat, music on a boat, and I got invited to play at a place called De Kovel. Don't know who knows that place. A magical place in Amsterdam. And I was so inspired by this feeling of playing on a boat that's not on the water, by the way. It's a boat that's taken onto the land. And then I was just so welcomed by the hosts there, and felt like such a good vibe, like I was at home pretty much. And this really inspired me to organize more of these kinds of events. And there's a dog joining the podcast. Hello, dog. We also had a lot of dogs at these boat concerts. Everybody was welcome. We don't discriminate. And just the sense of community that I felt there. Really, coming from another country. I'm originally from South Africa. I grew up in Canada, but have roots all over the world. And I was really desperately seeking this kind of connection, to feel at home, away from home. And I really felt that at these houseboat concerts that we used to organize. And then we launched it, and we realized, hey, we can actually support ourselves and the musicians and the community through these events, and not just, Amsterdam has a reputation for a lot of musicians just playing for free, and you get publicity, you get, I'm sure as a photographer you also experienced this in the past, you get recognition, but that wasn't really enough for those of us who created this project. And we really wanted to create a space where we could support everybody and make it fair for everybody. And it's not always easy, and it doesn't always work out exactly the way we imagined, but we really believe everybody deserves credit for the work that they do, and also payments as well. So.
100%. Yeah, I was curious. I mean, you've been doing so to clarify, how long have you been running Amsterdam Music Project?
It's 9 years, something like this. Yeah.
9 years.
Yeah.
Can you reflect on maybe any sort of, tonight we're talking a lot about community and belonging, and are there some specific moments or special memories that stand out to you rather, surrounding people coming together, finding their community in music and through your project?
Yeah, it's giving me goosebumps thinking about it. You can prove it. Yeah, you can. It's legit. If anybody else wants to see after, you can. Yeah. Yeah, often also just thinking about reminders of how important. Yeah, I need these reminders. So thank you for that question. There's a lot. Some of them have been just people getting engaged at our concerts, really huge celebrations, but in a very small scale. I'm like, you don't know any of these people, but you want to get engaged at our concert. Like, beautiful. So this has happened on a few occasions. There was one occasion where, actually, I believe it was at Zoku. I used to invite people on a platform called Meetup. That's how I brought a lot of the community together. And there was one person who, at the end of a show, came up to me and said, just thank you for giving me kind of like not a purpose in Amsterdam, but like she was having such a hard time, also just mental health wise, and really struggling coming to the city from abroad, and really not in a good space. And she had found her community through the music, and she's like, wow, this stuff is happening. And she was really inspired by it, and she actually ended up supporting the project for many years after that and getting involved. And another example, I mean, I could go through so many, but I won't. I'll just give you one more. Another event that I had. One of the guests, he's a doctor. He's a busy man. And he ended up saying after the concert, I really would love to volunteer for your events. And so he used to help out every week. I'm like, wow, this guy is, saving lives and then just helping out at my concerts. And he really loved it. And this is the idea of the community that we wanted to create.
That's really beautiful. And actually, as you're sharing these moments, I also was reflecting on a memory I have of you I was with Britt. We were in our living room. It was during COVID, and it was when you had set up the music sessions at the Keuvel during COVID, and you had set up multiple music performances, and I thought that was such a beautiful way to connect all of us together through music. And do you remember?
Where we was it at
The Keuvel,
the house
inside, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was really cool. So you've been a musician for many, many years. Tell me a bit about how you have evolved as a musician.
Yeah, so I never studied music. I mean, I always grew up with music, but surrounded by a lot of musicians. But I just kind of, more dabbled in it. I never took it too seriously until I started organizing a lot of these events, and I just learned more through the musicians that I play with, because I'm so inspired by the people that actually take the time to perform with me or perform at my events. And sometimes I look to my right or to my left, and when I'm performing on a stage, and I'm like, oh my God, why are these people playing with me? And they're just so incredible, and I actually get lost in their talent on stage. So I often forget what I'm even doing, because I'm just like the guitarist I play with. He's incredible, Massimo Imperatore, and these guys like Bram van Lange, Derek De Bono, Kaspras Petkas. These guys I've been playing with for quite some time now, and they're just so fantastic. And a lot of these guys come from the conservatory. Amsterdam has an incredible jazz school, and I'm just blown away by their talent. So in terms of just evolving, I'm just learning a lot from these guys, and just by watching them, and just being inspired by them and what they do.
And if there's any musicians here in the audience, how can they get involved in Amsterdam Music Project?
They can talk to me directly. Find Amsterdam Music Project on Instagram. So I'm quite old school. I've never had a website. I've never had any of these kinds of things. I'm just very via. And this is actually kind of the beautiful thing about the music project, because it's just been by network and just growing, then a reference, and then just growing into it like this. Yeah, so just come speak to me. That's the best way to do it.
Antonella, I'm looking at you. Yeah, we'll speak later. I'm curious, going back to you. Robin asked Lily what her good place is, and I would love to hear what's yours.
Really a place where people can feel at home, and connected to the people close to them. Like, this is a good place to me, because I feel you've made me feel very comfortable. I know some of you, but I don't know many of you as well. So it just really feels like a good place, because you guys have created an atmosphere that really just brings all of us close together, and just in a way that I feel comfortable. You guys feel comfortable. I hope you feel comfortable. Yeah, nodding heads. And really, a lot of us are expats, and just really feeling this home away from home. As soon as I feel that, with good people around me, then that to me feels like a good place.
I think that's a perfect way to end this. So thank you once again, Dean, for sharing all your insights and all your music knowledge. And all the musicians that are here today are definitely going to run up to you after and chat a bit more, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, Lily. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Kirsten, for sharing these beautiful stories around community, around belonging here in Amsterdam. And I think I was quite excited when we had the idea to ask you, Sophie, about the Run Club phenomenon. Phenomenon. To have you here on the bench. Welcome. Can you introduce yourself to everyone here about who you are, where you're from, what brought you here to Amsterdam, etc.
So hi everyone, my name is Sophie.
One second. Sorry. I just almost forgot something. We have to record again.
Oh.
There you go.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophie. I'm 29 years old.
I'm from Sweden originally, from a really small town. I like to say you really have to zoom in on the map to find it. It's about 3-hour drive inland from Stockholm. So in the forests, on a lake, beautiful landscapes. A lot of Dutchies really love to go and vacation there, actually. I moved here 7 years ago for studies originally. So I studied business management and strategy at UvA in Amsterdam, and then I went to Erasmus for my master's. And I started the Run Club a bit more than, exactly 2 years and a couple months ago. And I don't know. What else you want to know?
Well, it's not that long time ago.
No.
That you started Run Club.
No.
No. Why did you start a Run Club?
I started it because for a couple of reasons. Like I mentioned, I studied business and strategy, and I went into corporate for about 2 seconds. I already kind of knew that was not the path for me. I wanted to do something for myself. So when I left the corporate world, I was trying to figure out what's next. What do I want to do? And in that time, I picked up my fitness. I did a challenge called 75 Hard, if anyone's heard of that. It went viral on TikTok. It's a challenge where you do 2 workouts a day. It needs to be 45 minutes each, but not consecutively. One needs to be outside, and it's a really tough challenge. There are some other things as well included in that. And I completed that, and then I had more time still to do something else. And I really enjoyed in that challenge the being outside of things. So being outside in nature and the workout that I did outside. So I decided to sign up for my first marathon. And that was when I felt like it's more likely, let's say, that I will complete this marathon if I have some accountability buddies around me. So that's one of the reasons why I started the Run Club.
Did you first run a marathon and then the accountability partners, or
No.
no? You found your accountability partners.
Yeah. In the beginning of the marathon block, I started the Run Club because of that. Yeah.
Okay. So thanks to them, you made the marathon.
Yeah, partly, I think, indeed. Yeah.
And how hard was it to find the accountability partners?
Not very hard, to be honest. I mean, nowadays with social media, it's quite simple. I have always kind of been posting a lot on socials myself anyway. So I just posted a story and asked if someone wanted to join. So initially we only did a run every Sunday, every week, hence the name Sunday Run Club. Very convenient name. And in the beginning it was a WhatsApp group with 60 people or so, and the runs every week was 10 to 20 people per week.
Mm-hmm. And what was your role? Like the initiator? Did you train them? Did you help them get better at running? Or was it, what's it called, also the social run club? Was it more talking than running?
So my role was literally, initially it was a selfish thing. I wanted accountability buddies. I wanted people to run with. And I think for a lot of people that joined, it's a similar thing, that it's easier to run in a group. Another dog.
Yeah, you came running towards.
Well, we are in a park after all.
Yeah.
We're in their territorium. But I think for a few different reasons. I think for me, another reason why I started the Run Club actually was because when I did this 75 hard challenge, I was doing that, but I was also just online a lot. So whenever I wasn't training or doing this, I was just spending a lot of time on my couch, just scrolling or whatever. So I think that's also a reason that people wanted to get outside and actually connect. And it's a social run club, but it's also, we started adding more runs. So we have the Sunday run, but we also have Tuesday intervals. We have a long run on Saturdays, and we have a beginner's run as well. So it's like a whole schedule.
Mhm.
So we started adding some more layers to it because people also want to become better runners. But it is, I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
The reason you join.
I mentioned before. I mean, I also started a run club in The Hague, right? And I think it's a lot of fun, but it's also hard to find out what people really like. You know, I hear people don't want to get up or start at 9; they want to sleep in and start at 10 on a Sunday. Okay, do you adjust? Do you stick to your 9 a.m. because I'm awake already at 6 or 7? You know, I'm like waiting until I can go. Um, you offer so many different things for so many different people that everyone, which is of course inclusive. Or did you also have a thought, okay, I want to stick to perhaps more performance, more those who really want to go for that marathon or train or have a goal with running?
Yeah, I think a bit of both. I think it's important to be authentic to you. So it's easier to be a leader in something where you're motivated naturally, because otherwise it's really hard to maintain something at all. So I think that's, for me at least, key. But then also trying to figure out what people want indeed. So, for example, in my case, starting the runs on the Sundays was the first initial thing, but then there were quite a few people that were in the community, in the WhatsApp group and stuff, that didn't actually come to the runs. And I had this hypothesis about, okay, why is that? Maybe it's a bit intimidating, it's a big group at this point, and whatever, we're going too far, too fast. So we started the beginner's run. And indeed, that was one of the reasons, hearing afterwards what people didn't feel like they could join the initial run. And then, yeah, for other reasons, starting other runs as well. So I think you need to kind of balance both to keep
Yeah.
it like inclusive, but also authentic to you.
But with so many events, it almost feels like a full-time job.
It is.
Is it full-time?
Yeah.
This is your business.
This is my business. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
My
This
baby.
how, yeah. You, how many babies do you have?
2. A newborn since a couple of weeks.
Okay. 2 weeks old.
Yeah. Not an actual baby. We started we started a cycling club as well. Yeah, on the top of the run club.
So one is a running club, the other one is a cycling club.
Indeed.
Many more that you have in mind?
No, I think this is gonna be it for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you manage your own time? Like, I would love to hear more about community. Like, have a lot of people become your friends? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. There's
Is that your social context?
well, part of it. I mean, I'm thinking about a few girls that joined very early on. One girl that joined the very first run. We're friends today, and we have a little group, sort of. And they're not actually joining that much anymore, the runs, but we're hanging out on the side.
The friendship is a big like.
And one of them is helping to volunteer, so she's hosting one of the runs, one of the weekly runs. But yeah, for sure. And we host singles events as well, so people can date while running. And
Anyone single around here?
who's into running?
Okay.
Very enthusiastic.
Nice.
We have the next one tomorrow, actually. You're more than welcome.
Oh. So how does a single run work?
We have
Slow pace so you can still talk?
sorry.
Like slow pace so you can still
Slow,
talk?
exactly. Yeah, that's very important. So it's it's 5K or so, and indeed slow pace. And then we host it from a bar, so we host a few rounds of like speed dating and stuff, and then we go for a run and then come back, and then it's free play
with shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
if you want to.
Run into a tree. And what has been, I mean, besides, of course, being able to work with amazing brands and making this a business, what's really been, your core passion or purpose with this run club? And it's also in the light of the trend of run clubs you see around the world.
So you have to repeat that question.
Don't worry. I can. So now, the run club being such a trend,
Yeah.
you don't want it to be just a hype and then just go away, like what's your own mission or purpose behind it that you want to, try to uphold with your club?
Yeah, that's interesting, and we get that question a lot also with the brands that we're working with. Everyone's kind of curious because this running has really become increasingly popular, and this run club phenomena has exploded as well. But is it a hype, and is it gonna die, and how long can we ride this wave for? But I think something that I've landed in is you have to kind of be willing to adjust with what's going on in your industry. So in this case, I think it will still be a hype for a little while longer, at least I hope so. But then also not be afraid to follow things as it changes. Because even just 1 year ago, it's not exactly the same. It was much more focused on the social run, and you come and you run and you're just there for the chat. But it's becoming more and more, at least in our case, in our club, that people want to actually have a bit more coaching. So we've set up a program for the Amsterdam Marathon where we take people from, June to October and have like the training program, but we also host clinics around recovery and injury prevention and fueling and stuff like that, and gearing. What do you wear? How do you run efficiently? And actually want to learn more about running. So I think it's taking people on that journey from like just starting as a beginner, potentially hosting those runs, but then you can sort of, we say, graduate into the other runs. And if you want to learn more, that you have the opportunity to. And also helping runners travel or see other places as well. So what I'm seeing, we haven't done that yet, but something I would love to do is host some kind of retreat, or even do like a run club exchange. So we go and visit a run club in another city, and we host the run club for people coming here. So there are a few different avenues, and I think you need to be open for all of them too.
Yeah, I mean, you see that those are different sports like paddle, and these travel thing connected to it, and people go to different cities and play paddle and so on. You see with cycling and so on, so running as well. Why should people run?
Ooh, it's healthy.
Are you selling it now?
No, but it's also, I think for me, I've touched on it as well already, but it's just being outside. I think any sport where it brings you places is a good sport. So if that's walking or running or cycling or whatever it may be, tennis or padel, where you can be outside, I think for me anyway, being from Sweden in the middle of nowhere is valuable. And I think if as humans as well, it's important to connect with nature, but in this case also with each other.
I have a few more questions. Two. One is, how is Amsterdam to run in? I mean, is Amsterdam a nice city to run in?
I think so. It's very flat.
How many rounds of
Which is quite nice, but then when you go abroad for a race, it's very confronting. No, it is nice. And Vondelpark is indeed Amsterdam's running mecca. And I also like to run down the Amstel.
Yeah?
Yeah, along the river.
The marathon route.
Yeah.
So if you want to start doing a marathon, you need to start in Amsterdam because it's flat before you go to different cities.
Yeah, that's a good start. Don't do like me. I did my first in Lisbon. It was very hilly and very hot. So that was...
I've seen images like crossing that bridge. It's amazing. Huh?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So everyone considering a marathon, start here. Nice. Okay, good. Someone else.
When you're off the crutches.
Maybe you wait until dating then, because you need to focus on, you need all the time. Good. And of course, as we ended every conversation with both Lily and Dean, how would you describe what a good place is, and what is a good place to you?
Ooh, I had
Time to think about it.
time to think about it, so I'm going to give you a good one, I hope. I think a good place is wherever you are yourself. I think Amsterdam is a place where a lot of people are searching, kind of end up here, with what the sense that I get, and I'm one of them. I've spent quite some years sort of searching, running away, trying to find some place that would be better for me. But I think in the end, it's all about what you make of it. I love the saying that the grass is greener where you water it. So staying put for a little while and try to make the best of the situation where you are. And yeah, make a good place for yourself, because then you can also be a better person to other people around you.
Beautiful. Give it up for Sophie. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. I forgot to ask if people have questions, but maybe you can ask them just when we finish up, and then walk up to Lily, to Dean, to Sophie, and ask them, how to get prepared for the Amsterdam Marathon. Sophie, I'll let you go. Thank you so much. And then Chris and I'm gonna close it off. Thank you. Awesome. You're gonna run in? She got inspired.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. This was park session number 1. What do you think?
That was so cool. Honestly, also looking at all of you while we're speaking with these big smiles on your faces, that also, it was also very heartwarming. I felt it, and I hope that all of you felt a little bit of your good place tonight, I hope. And also afterwards that you can connect a little bit with each other as well. But
If they want to open up the bench?
plot twist. What?
It's your business name. Plot
I-
twist.
Yeah.
Remember?
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure. It's a one-time opportunity. If there's anyone in this audience that feels like I have a story to share and wants to step up and sit next to one of us, just raise your hand.
Above.
Or 2 hands. See somebody shaking no? It's your safe space. Save it for next time.
Getting some nods.
I think people want to get into a cafe and drink.
I need to take a video of this. I'm sorry.
You go for it. Yes. Wave to Kristen, people. Thank you so much. Then we just call it a day. I want to say thank you to everyone that made the effort to come out to this little pocket park here in Amsterdam West. I'm happy to be back. I do miss it at times, but I'm also happy where I'm at. I found my good place also in The Hague. You should come and all visit. You're all invited. Come and run in The Hague. Maybe we can do a run club meetup. Thanks, Kristen, for helping organize.
My pleasure, as always.
Spread the word. Please, of course, like, subscribe, all the boring stuff. But most importantly, go sit on a bench, connect with fellow citizens, talk with them, connect with them, say hi, whether it's your neighbor or not. I think it starts with ourselves, and let's make these places even, more healthier, more brighter, more fun. And let's hope that the Good Place Bench becomes a reality, and we're going to build a network. And who knows, we're going to meet again. Extra note, we're going to have a second session, not a park session, perhaps a beach session in The Hague early September. If you feel like you want to cross the A10 ring, dare to take a train, come and visit us and connect with citizens over there. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.